We are back at the Academy of Music.
It's one of 3 venues for Broadway shows presented by Ensemble Arts Philly.
It's also the original home of the Philadelphia Orchestra.
And for the Grammy-winning Fabulous Philadelphians, this season is being called the most ambitious yet.
The orchestra season offers a mix of classical favorites
by Beethoven, by Tchaikovsky, by Brahms, by Dvorak,
and new works
by Gabriela Lena Frank, by Valerie Coleman.
Yuja Wang returns this month to play Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto.
She is possibly the greatest pianist to come out of China.
The orchestra will perform Mahler's 6th and 9th symphonies in 2025.
I'm particularly excited about Mahler's 6th Symphony this April. It's called the Tragic Symphony, but it's anything but that.
The ensemble will play Stravinsky's The Firebird in April as well.
Firebird is one of Stravinsky's greatest creations.
It's the piece that launched the composer's career, and the orchestra will play the entire ballet score.
It's a great Russian fairy tale that we bring to life.
This is the 2nd season for the Spotlight Recital series,
highlighting the best of the best artists and putting them center stage alone.
And there's a new, more relaxed series called Orchestra After 5.
We turn Commonwealth Plaza into a happy hour.
You can come right after the office. You can have your cocktail, grab a snack.
There's live music, performances in the lobby, scavenger hunts throughout the hall.
It's all leading up to an early performance at 6:30.
The next Orchestra After 5 is January 30th, featuring Holt's The Planets.
If you've heard any of John Williams' music, particularly in Star Wars, this was the influence.
It's followed by Brass and Brash on March 27th, showcasing the orchestra's brass section.
And Shostakovich's 5th Symphony, which is one of his most uplifting pieces.
This is the orchestra's first full season in the newly named Marian Anderson Hall.
I am a little black girl from Philadelphia. I struggle to think of a time where I've walked into a concert hall named for someone who looks like me.
The Philadelphia-born Anderson was one of the most celebrated singers of the 20th century.
A trailblazer as an artist, but also human rights activist.
And she was pretty strong in her beliefs that music could make a difference.
You don't know who's gonna see her name and learn about her and be inspired. She just represents possibility.
The renaming is just the start.
We are so honored to be partnering with the United Negro College Fund in a new scholarship.
It will provide students with funding that are in disciplines related to the art.
The orchestra is continuing its commitment to elevate historically marginalized voices.
Not just black artists, but queer artists, female artists.
Composers like Florence Price.
She wrote for herself because nobody would perform her music because of her gender and the color of her skin.
And the music is phenomenal. The Philadelphia Orchestra won its first Grammy for recording the music of Florence Price.
Yannick right now is leading the Philadelphia Orchestra in a new golden era. We're attracting the best players from around the world. Like, this orchestra has an all-star membership.
It is harder to get a job in the Philadelphia Orchestra than it is to win a job in the NBA.
The legendary Marin Alsop is the orchestra's new principal guest conductor. And the musicians serve as cultural ambassadors with frequent trips to China and around the globe.
We have 102 musicians. We like to view ourselves as Philadelphia's greatest export.
Bringing the beauty of music to all ages.
There are 2 truly great family-friendly pieces that are perennial.
Peter and the Wolf has been captivating young listeners for generations.
It's an introduction to the musicians, the instruments of the orchestra.
So is Carnival of the Animals, with each creature represented by a different instrument.
We see grandparents bringing their grandkids, parents bringing their kids, kids bringing their parents to experience this year after year.
The Valentine's Day concert features legendary love stories.
Incredibly romantic music by Mendelssohn, Mozart, Leonard Bernstein, and John Williams.
And it's an ode to joy in May.
We'll be performing Beethoven's 9th Symphony with Yannick.
One of the most inspiring and uplifting, ingenious pieces of music ever written.
His ode to joy. I promise you, you'll be singing in the aisles.
Every single week you come to the Philadelphia Philadelphia Orchestra, there's just one of these great masterworks. It's my favorite season yet.
It ends in June with Wagner's Tristan and Isolde.
It's a monumental work in 3 acts.
About 4 hours, but don't worry, there are intermissions.
The orchestra will be on stage. Tristan and Isolde will be singing on a platform up above the orchestra with a chorus behind them. It's going to be one of the highlights of the decade.
It will be the first time in its 125-year history that the orchestra has performed the complete opera.
We anticipate people will be traveling, frankly, from all around the country, if not internationally.
This is a destination event.
That is something I have to see.
Yes, you can find the full concert calendar and the link for tickets at 6abc.com/FYI, or just scan the QR code on your screen.